Okay, good, 81. So a couple of things just to remember, okay? 3 to the 4th is just telling you that you're taking 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? Okay, so this guy, you'll need to know vocab. It's going to be real important. This guy is going to be the base, and then this guy is the exponent. Okay, exponent. So base and exponent. If you don't know those two terms, please write those down. Okay, so then you would take 3 times 3 and get 9 and 9. So then 9 times 9 is 81. Okay? All right, does anybody have a question about that? Okay, so then on the next one, negative 2 to the 3rd. Bria, what'd you get from negative 2 to the 3rd?
Negative 8.
Okay, negative 8. Let's take a look at that. So it means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, right? I have a base of negative 2 with an exponent of 3. So negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Nice job. Okay? All right, next one. What do we do when we have a fraction? What do we do when we have a fraction here? Sam?
Well, you would you obviously multiply by 2. So, well, we need to multiply everything by 2 or by itself. Like 2 times 2 and then 5 times 5.
And what's your answer when you do that?
425.
Very good. 4/25. Very good. Okay. So when you have a fraction, just make sure you're taking to the top and the bottom. Okay. So that should hopefully be a review. You're just going to square the top and square the bottom. Okay. All right. Now number 4. I walked around. About half of you have this one right. Okay. Is negative 5 squared the same thing as when we put parentheses around negative 5 squared?
No.
Okay. Tessa, why are you saying no?
Then you do it like last. Like, you know, there's like another number inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
You like, first you would divide those, or times those two together, and then you would do the exponent thing, but then if it doesn't, then you do the exponent first. So make that one more sense.
Kind of not. I don't like where you're going with that. Yep, what you got?
I'm just going to say that, I don't know if this is kind of what Tessa said, but if you do when you do PEMDAS, so you do the parentheses first and then the exponent, so if it's outside, it's like, oh, no. When it's, okay, so negative 5 to, yeah, okay, that, without the parentheses, you're multiplying that number by that number.
You're doing this first.
Yeah, and then when it's with the parentheses, that could be anything else that's like outside.
Okay, Sam?
Okay, so with the first one, you take negative 5 times negative 5. With the parentheses, it's the negative 5, and then in the parentheses on the outside would be the 5. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I got it. We're good.
All right, cool. All right, so like the first one, like if it's outside the parentheses, they just multiply by it's like the original number, not the negative, correct?
Okay.
So, but if it's not in the parentheses, then you multiply by whatever the number is.
I think you guys are all trying to say the same thing. I think we're just not saying it very well. But I think you're all trying to say the right thing.
One positive and one negative.
Okay, yes, I agree. One should be positive, one should be negative. Do you know which one's which?
I believe the parentheses is the one that's negative. Or no, that's one that's positive and the other one is negative.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start kind of talking about this. Okay, so what some of you guys were trying to say, I think Sam was trying to say, and even Tessa was trying to say this, is if we look here on this first problem, okay, there's a negative, there's a 5, and there's a square. And kind of what Tessa, I think, was trying to say is if we think about order of operations, according to PEMDAS, you do exponent first, right? So you are squaring the 5, okay? This negative does not include it with the 5. He's by his lonesome. If you want to think of him like a negative 1, think of him like a negative 1 out front there. So when I do this guy, I get 25, and then I have that negative 1 out front, or that negative out front. So on this guy, you're going to get negative 25. Where this guy is saying, we've got 2 of these, and we're just writing it out twice. So he's saying negative 5 times negative 5, which is positive 25. Okay? So the big thing you need to understand here is, one, those are not the same. Okay, you have to get that down. I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to be all over your homework assignment. You'll get a bunch of them wrong if you don't have this down. Okay? So if you have parentheses, it just means literally square that whole thing. Square it. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive. Okay? If there is no parenthesis at all, then if you want to think about kind of covering that up, square the 5, and then just drop the negative in. Okay? I don't care how you remember it, but you've got to understand that this and this will not give you the same answer. One is positive, one is negative, and there's a big difference there. Negative $25 versus positive $25. I don't want to be in the whole 25. I want to have 25. Okay? So that negative is going to be a big difference. Do you have a question?
What's the rule again you said in the beginning about it?
So you're going to square, just squaring the 5 here. Okay, so just square the 5 and then kind of drop that -1 or think of it as like -1 times. Okay? On this guy, because it's in parentheses, it's saying it's keep it all together. So -5 times -5, which is positive 25. Okay? All right, does anybody else have a question on that? Okay, because that's going to kind of come up today a little bit. All right, so we have 2 main rules that we're going to look at today. The first rule is 0. What is our answer when we have something raised to the 0 power? So if you look here, we've got 4 to the 0, -3 to the 0, x to 0. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer for all of them. Does anybody know what the answer is? Not 0.
No, but you're gonna get the base.
No, there's an actual number answer.
You're gonna get the base, it's just the same. Like
Get
almost
the
like
opposite of it.
No, you won't get just the base. Like I'm telling you, like I just said, these 3 guys right here, all 3 of those, all 3 of those are going to give you the exact same answer.
is it
What'd you just say?
1?
1. Very good. Anything raised to the 0 power is going to be equal to 1. Okay, so anything raised to the 0 power equals 1. Okay, so when I come down here now, so 4 to the 0, 1. And notice how I've got -3 in parentheses here, right? So -3 to the 0 is 1. Now be careful. That's not going to be the same thing as if I have -3 to the 0. That would be a -1. Very good, okay? Because 3 to the 0 is the 1. So this guy right here gives you the 1, and then you're carrying the negative over. Okay? So be careful there. Those are not the same thing. Okay? All right. Even if I have a variable to the 0, it is
1.
1. 1. 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1, period. I don't care what it is. Doesn't matter. It could be a cat to the 0 power is 1. Okay? Whatever it takes for you to remember it. All right. Okay, the only place where we have an issue, shocking, I know we always have an issue, we always have that special case, is 0 to the 0. Okay? So if you think about 0 to the 0, I just said anything to the 0 power is 1, right? But if you think about 0 to the 0, you have nothing, and you raise it to nothing, you would get 0. So that can't be both. It can't be 0 and 1. Okay, so take a second in your calculator. Put 0 to the 0 power in your calculator. If you don't remember how to do an exponent, raise your hand. Now you need a calculator. Everybody needs one. So 0, caret, 0. Oh, no. 0. There you go. That was 0.
You show me?
Okay? Yeah, I'm getting there. And then
You figured out, sweetie?
Yeah, I heard it indicated thing.
You guys got it?
Okay.
You guys good?
Okay, so you do 0, caret, 6. So that's 0. There you go.
How do you do it?
Yeah, okay, give me a second, guys. So right here, now look, right.
Mine says something else. It says
Caret.
domain.
Push it.
Oh, how did you get that?
And push 0 in there.
I thought it was this one.
Put the little carrot.
No, that's great, it's -1, but what about 2, 3, 4, 5? Like, what about all the other numbers? That's not to the 0 power, I want 0 to the 0. Caret. So there you go. Caret, that little arrow's called caret, and then 0. Okay? Blank, did you get it?
So there you
Okay,
go.
so you're gonna push that 0, and get that caret,
Yeah,
0.
this is wrong. I said 0 to 77.
Okay, so what did you guys get? Domain error. Did everybody get that? Okay, so domain error. What do you think we're going to put in for an answer? Because it's not 1 and it's not 0. There's an error message. Not no solution. Close. No, that means lots of solutions, right? Infinitely many.
Well,
Domain error.
Nope. Starts with a U.
undefined.
Undefined. Okay. All right. Okay, so 0 to the 0 power is actually going to be undefined. Okay? Alright, so that, remember, that's the only special guy though. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one special guy. We always have one special. Other than that, anything to 0 power is 1. Okay, so pretty much we're going to always be putting 1. Alright? Okay, the second rule